What's up, guys? Welcome to a Reezy Resells broadcast. Today, we're going to talk about something that is ridiculous. I'm going to tell you how my friend sold a single book on Amazon for $10,000. I'm going to make some coffee real quick, so I'm going to pause while we allow some people to come into the broadcast, and I'm just going to start getting my coffee ready. Just a little lunch coffee, so bear with me, guys. So far, I don't think we have anybody in the broadcast yet, but we'll see how it goes. Be right back. Shout out to the one viewer that we got. We got somebody in here now. Now you're stuck. What's up, guys? If you missed the just a second ago, I was saying what this video is going to be about. I'm making some coffee. I'm just going to let some people cruise in. But we're going to talk about how a person I know sold a book for $10,000 on Amazon FBA. A single book. One book. How's everybody doing? Put some comments on the screen. If you guys are able to comment, I would like to see those comments and we can reply to those. So if you're watching this and it's not currently live, fast forward a couple minutes. That would be your best bet. Shout out to the 4 people that are in the building. Oh, 3 people. It was 4, now it's 3. So today I want to talk to you guys about something ridiculous. It definitely doesn't happen every day, if not even, this is like a once in a 10-year sale. This is the highest single sale I've ever heard of for a book. Ever. So yeah, you guys know how people are like super trigger happy on Amazon and they buy stuff without even being aware of the price. Of course you do, because you're a seller, and so you deal with these impulse buys that people make, and they're like, I paid how much for that thing? Like, I didn't know it was that much. I'm gonna need my money back. And so they send the item back, and of course with Amazon's, we sell FBA, we got to play by their rules, and we don't make the rules when it comes to keeping customers happy. We have to follow their rules. And so they do get a refund, and they return it and whatnot. And I've had books that have been returned by customers as much as 6 months later, and they still got full refunds. Super frustrating and super annoying. But what happens occasionally, especially if you price your books the way that I price my books, which is I have a static, very high default price, and then my repricer goes through and prices them all. Occasionally what happens is I'll sell a book for $1,000, $999.99, but they almost always, like seriously 99.9% of the time, get refunded and returned, and it's because of the customer purchased it and they were unaware of the price. They didn't know, right? And so what happens is they return it and then they get their money back. Literally, you just wait for it. You're like, oh, here's another one of those sales that's going to get returned. And I've probably sold maybe, I don't know, 20 books for $1,000, and every single one over the last 10 to 12 years got returned. And that when they get their credit card statement, they realize the error of their ways and they want their money back. And of course, Amazon gives it back to them. But today I'm going to tell you the story of how my friend sold a book for $10,000. So he sold it. It was a pricing error, and it sold for $10,000. It wasn't a book that is worth that much at all. This was it was not worth that much. I don't remember the title, but it wasn't super nichey. It was like a textbook. And it was shipped to a customer in another country in China. And basically when they got the bill, they were like, wow, I didn't know I paid this much. I didn't want to pay this much. I'm going to return it. So the buyer said they ordered it on accident. There was communication. And so the book was on its way back. And I remember this situation clearly because this was one of my good friends. And they told me, hey, like I was there when they sold it, and I was excited for a millisecond, and we both laughed about how that will get returned and refunded for sure, but, you know, high five for that one. And then I was there when he cried, calling me and tell me that, you know, it's getting returned, it is getting refunded like we expected, like I didn't hit the lottery. And it was like, oh, man. But then another 30 days go by, and that day is today. And today, my friend, after having the refund go through and having to send the customer back the $8,500 from the account, the the book was never returned to Amazon and appears to be like it's stuck in customs in China. So it never made its way out of the country or back to Amazon. And because of that, Amazon went ahead and credited him $8,500 for the book. Can you believe that? Like, this is a good friend of mine for one, and I saw the screenshot and everything. And not only is this person a good friend of mine, this person is just a good person in general. Because we were talking about it and we were like, man, $8,500? That is so crazy. Do you think the customer's going to have to pay it? One sec, guys, one sec. And we were like, I hope not. I think maybe the customer has to pay it, but I'm not sure. And so he said that he was like, I don't think the customer is going to pay it. I looked at some of the past similar situations, and I don't think the customer pays it. I always thought the customer pays it. But I'm beginning to think that maybe Amazon eats it in situations like this. I'm not sure. If you do know for sure, please enlighten me in the comments. I would appreciate it. But basically, my friend is such a good guy that he was like, well, I'm in touch with the customer. You know, they told me they didn't mean to order it, didn't know it would cost that much, whatever. And he's such a good dude. He was like, man, even if the customer just messaged me and told them that it came out of their pocket, that my buddy would do whatever he could to get that $8,500 back to that person. I bet if he had to fly there and hand it to them, he would. That's just how much of a good guy he is. So anyways, that's pretty much the gist of the story. There's not too much more to it, but as far as I know, this is, if you could consider this a sale, this is the single most profitable Amazon sale I've ever heard of. And it happens to be a book, which is just crazy because how else are you going to take $1 and turn it into $8,500? That's why we're messing with Amazon, guys. That's why we're selling books, and that's why we're playing the FBA casino game, because it's the cheapest casino on earth. Can you believe that? $1 into $8,500. That's so ridiculous, guys. Anyways, that's the whole story. $1 into $8,500, and the family just got home and they weren't here for the live alert, so I'm going to finish before they come up in here and just get super crazy. But thank you for joining me on the broadcast. If you missed this, I'm going to put this onto my YouTube later. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to call into my Anchor FM radio station. Anchor is an app, ANCHOR, Anchor. You should download it, check it out. It's like the Snapchat for audio, and it's a great way for you to submit questions for me that I will be able to answer passively while still providing value to everybody else, versus like if you send me a DM on Instagram or something. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate your subscription. Please turn on the bell notifications so you do get alerted when I put new videos up or when I go live, because you know I'm not the world's best scheduler and I do be going live at random times. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me any way you can. Email, Instagram, Twitter. Anchor is my favorite because that allows me to create content for you guys while helping you. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Until next one, peace out, and thank you for joining me.